A lot happening in the transfer portal. The door's closed, so there's no more movement happening into the portal. However, guys who are already in the portal can stay in there as long as they want to until they find a new home. Jason Zandamela was a name we had been watching. He was a top interior offensive lineman in the 2024 cycle. He committed to USC, went through spring. He's already left USC. Number 2 overall available player in the spring portal. 6'3", 306. We thought Florida had a commanding lead there. We knew he wanted to get closer to home. Well, he's committed to Florida. And so that's the number 7 overall transfer, number 1 interior offensive line in portal. And he was number 46 overall kid in the 2024 cycle. So that's a nice little pickup. That's a nice little pickup there for the Florida Gators staff right here at the end of the portal cycle. Staying in the Sunshine State for a second. UCF, man, has anyone been paying attention to this? UCF and Gus Malzahn, they're rolling. They're rolling in the portal. UCF, I was talking with Chuck Oliver on his show today, and I said, it'd be one thing if they got Big 12 admittance and then they just rested on their laurels. They said, hey, we're in the Big 12 now. Let's cash a bigger check. We're good. UCF's done the opposite. UCF saw a crack in the Power 4 door, and then they kicked the thing down, and they got themselves in the Big 12, and then they said, we're reinvesting. And they got an immaculate new facility that they're about to break ground on. But in the meantime, signing highest-ranked recruiting classes ever, highest-ranked portal classes ever. JaUR Brown, the quarterback from Miami, he's committed to UCF. So that gives Gus Malzahn, by the way, JaUR Brown, and KJ Jefferson is there now. We were just down there with Malzahn last month, and he said it off air and on air. He said there is no other Cam Newton, okay? There never will be another one of him. But in terms of raw skill set, that's what we're looking to acquire. And we got some of it in KJ. JaUR Brown's got a lot of what has been very dangerous if Gus Malzahn has it at his disposal in the past. So there's that. There's Penny Boone, who was the running back who was at Louisville for a hot minute. But you probably know him if you watch a lot of MAC ball as the MAC Offensive Player of the Year at Toledo last year. Running back, over 1,400 yards, 15 touchdowns. And these guys are just making their way to Orlando, not to go to Disney World either, but they are going down there to have fun. So Central Florida, again, not leaning back in the lawn chair now that they're a Power 4 resident. Pate Woodyard is in the portal. He was a DB at Alabama, 4-star safety out of the past cycle. He was an early enrollee, so he went through spring there. I'm a fan of Pate Woodyard. Fan of him, family, just really good dude. Oregon is the clear favorite here. Getting crystal ball predictions from Oregon even as we speak. Oregon's currently got the number 3 portal class. If they add him, and I expect that they will, that would be the 7th blue chipper just in the portal class for Oregon this cycle. Not only are they adding starters, like I don't know if Woodyard would start for them as much as they're just now portaling in some depth. It's just a fascinating thing to watch because that's something only the big boys do. Tacario Davis is not leaving Arizona. How about this? He remains at Arizona. He's a 6'4", 185-pound corner. Second team all Pac-12 last year. This is fascinating. So Brent Brennan comes there from San Jose State, and the immediate fear amongst several, me included, was Noah Fafita, the quarterback, was going to leave, and McMillan, the big wide receiver, was going to leave. Davis is their best defensive player. Thought they may lose him. They kept all 3 of them. And I don't know that that's a story that's getting enough attention right now because Arizona's, a little on the back burner, not a prime national championship contending team, at least we don't think. But that's a big deal. Those guys can change games this year. And their over-under win total, even with the new staff, is sneakily all the way up there at 7.5. I know they had some attrition, offensive line in particular. I think they had some attrition there, but let's see what old Arizona can do this year. They kept some big-time players there. If you need DB help, I'm not saying that it's the end-all, be-all, it's the cure-all or whatever, but there is at least some worthwhile options still to pick through in the portal when it comes to DB. King Mack was at Penn State, for example. That's a former top 100 kid in the 2023 cycle. Bama is going to get a visit there. I know Ole Miss has been making some moves for the kid out of Houston. Really late this afternoon, crystal ball favorite there, according to Matt Zenitz. So there's a lot going on. There's a lot of portal movement still happening. It's just guys aren't entering it anymore. So keep an eye, because you know as well as I do, we watch these games in the fall, and it gets to the fourth quarter, and it's like, can someone get a fingertip on a ball to knock it incomplete? Can someone make one more yard? And it could very well be the guy you just picked up. Like Penny Boone could go to UCF and decide 2 games this fall. So you got to be paying attention to this stuff now, especially if any of you bet on this. You better be paying attention to what guys are doing in the portal. Okay. So that's that. This is a terrible, terrible part of the show. I don't like being wrong. It's terrible. I know no one likes being wrong, but I really hate it. Like at a cellular level, being wrong, making wrong predictions on this show is something that I detest beyond all imagination. But I remember long ago when I was down in Columbus, Georgia, working in the fabric warehouse, I would listen to sports talk radio all day, sun up to whatever time we got out of there, close to sundown. And it would always entertain me, but I used to always get mad about the sports media industry that they got to call out coaches for being wrong or losing or making bad decisions and play calls, but they never got held accountable. You could make as many wrong predictions as you wanted to. You can make as many outlandish statements as you wanted to, because you never had to have a press conference. No one ever held you accountable. And I always said to myself, man, if I ever get myself a microphone, I'm going to do that. And so here at Pate State, we believe in bullying. We believe in holding the powerful to account, and we believe in verbal harassment if it takes that. But mainly, we believe that if you make a prediction and it crashes and burns, you got to own it. And I hate this. I hate doing this because, let's just be real, I'm not wrong a whole lot. Not a lot of head nods in here, but I'm going to say it. But when I whiff on a prediction, I will own it. And recently, I made one of the worst in the history of this show. And so, as is tradition, we got to pop on the clown nose. Roll it, Colin.
You are about to see the harsh, violent reality of the no-rules transfer portal era on full display later this month. I am not overstating this. It will be the wildest transfer portal era that you've ever seen. And it's going to completely gut some of your teams. Just calling it like it is.
Well, teams did not get gutted. Chaos was not seen. I think I know why this happened to me. I think I know why I got misled. I don't think I'll let it happen again. But I whiffed fantastically on this. I know a lot of you listen to this show, and you probably heard me say that, and you probably went to work the next day, and you told your buddies something similar. And now your buddies are making fun of you because you were dumb enough in this case to listen to me. And so I am trying to have a little fun with it, but I'm a little angry that this happened. So I'm owning it. We screw up around here. We're going to own it. We're going to rebuild. We will be better for this. In time, we will surge. We will thrive. But as Meemaw once told me, sometimes a man's got to be down bad today before he can be up big tomorrow. And I am down bad today. So thought it was going to be chaotic. It was not. And we screwed it up bad. So there it is. I hope that someone's enjoying this, because I'm not at all. Can we move on? Yes. Okay, please, let's move on. Oh, it's like poison. I have to wash it down. Oh, it's like the content creation version of passing a kidney stone. That's what it's like to have to admit you were wrong this fantastically about something. Never again, hopefully, never again.